for me, it's really exciting and it's an honor because Rafael, man, Dos Anjos, he has been, in a way, one of the guys that I looked up to because I used to watch him before I was in the UFC. So I already knew who he was. I saw his run for the title, becoming a champion, then, going to the welterweight, also making a run. He didn't become champion, but fought for the interim title. So it's always a guy that kind of like, I looked to his career and kind of like, said, hey, maybe I could take some things from this guy. And now I get to fight him. So I think it's that moment, when athletes get to face their idols. And I always think that's amazing. So for me, it's really special.
What sort of challenges does he pose as an opponent for you?
I think he's just a really, really well-rounded guy. He does striking, grappling, wrestling. He does it all, and he does it really well. He's fought so many five-rounders. I only have one five-round fight, and he has experience on that side. But I think those would be like the main things he has going. And at the same time, I'm a pretty similar guy. I'm well rounded. I do well on cardio, so I think that's a positive thing for me. 5 rounds is something that I did like when it got offered, and I think that it's just gonna be a really exciting fight, and it's gonna be an MMA fight. We're gonna fight everywhere, and most importantly, me and him, we put on good fights. We always have action-packed fights, so I think this is not going to be any different.
How about that? You mentioned the 5 rounds being in a main event, coming off a couple losses that they still see that in you, that you're a main event fighter, and you go in there, you take care of business against a legend, you're right back in there in that welterweight division.
Yeah, I mean, there couldn't be a better fight. To be the main event against a former champion is the perfect comeback. Scenery. I think that's kind of like movie things. You look at that and hey, this is perfect. And especially with this moment, we have Leon Edwards as a champion now. We don't know if he's gonna fight Kobe, if he's gonna fight Bilal, and it's a moment where I can, yeah, definitely use this in my favor, get my momentum going and get up there with that mix again. I fought Leon in the past in 2017, so it would definitely make sense for a rematch, and would be a good story behind, that rematch. So yeah, I think it's a great moment for me.
When you put your head down at the pillow at night, is there a way you see your hand being raised Saturday, or is it just going to be whatever comes your way?
It is always gonna be whatever comes my way. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But if I could paint it, if I could kind of envision it for fourth or fifth round knockout or submission, I'm not gonna call if it's gonna be what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be a finish in the later rounds.